that. I forgot to unmute the mic. First of all, I was saying you have to see these. My cousin put some lashes on me. This is the first time in my life I've put lashes on my face. And I was like, oh, this doesn't look too bad. You know, she's had some of them long, them snuffle up against looking ones. I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. So these are like the shortest ones that she had. And they still make my eyes feel like I've been smoking something that I shouldn't be. So excuse me if I, feel odd and look kind of weird, because I'm scared I'm going to rub my eyes then during the middle of the show have a lashes sticking up like that. I've seen people do that on TV shows and stuff. So I was rolling. I didn't want that to be me, so I'm going to try really hard not to rub my eyes. But, I've been coughing, and I don't know what this is, but, my throat is still a little scratchy. And shut up, Michelle. Yeah, she was like, you're going on TV. You're just looking out. You're going on the camera. You're looking all crazy. You're looking crazy. You need to put on some lashes. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll do this one time. I tell you, I'm just like, my eyes feel heavy. You guys think it looks okay? Well, okay, I guess we didn't pick the really bad ones. But, hi, Kimberly. Well, welcome for the little bit that you're going to be here. Let me get some stuff, finish laughing about these lashes and move on to what I'm really here for, which is the show. It's What the Fuck Tuesday, the relationship advice show that we do here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. As usual, we have 25 questions tonight. And I don't know, when is the last time we haven't had 25? When we had 26? That's about it. But I know it's in Vanna. Everybody's like, what? Deb got on some lashes. I know, I'm trying to get used to it myself. All right, so anyway, that's what we're going to do. So, in case you just came in and you don't really understand what we do here, these questions were already submitted. If you want to submit a question in for an upcoming show, you would do this. Okay, so there's a link in the show description down below. You can click that and, it takes you to the submission form, and then your question can be considered for a show next week or, whenever you decide to send it in. All right. So let's get started since we got so many questions to do. Let's start with question number 1. This is a female in the 26 to 32 age group from Dallas, Texas. Deb, my cousin stopped talking to me a few months ago with no warning or explanation. Just recently, she wrote to explain it was because she was hurt that for years I was flirting with her husband. This could not be further from the truth. How do I respond? I'd like to try to salvage the relationship if possible. Okay, she wrote you to. Okay, so I would write her back, and I would say, that's not my perception. You're my cousin. He's your husband. I consider him like family. Of course, I'm going to talk to him and be friendly with him and all of that. But girl, let me assure you, I would never do that to you. I would never disrespect you like that, your marriage, or our family like that. That's just not the person that I am. And then I would ask her, since you want to get an idea of how she perceived your behavior. You know what I mean? So that maybe it's something that you could explain to her. That's the approach I would take. I would say, okay, give me some examples of stuff that happened, where you thought I was flirting with him, or where I said something. Give me something concrete so we can talk about it, because I want to explain to you what was really going on, and so you won't have this misconception. See if that helps, because by the time she does that, you guys can talk about it. The other point that you might be out of your control is her husband may have been staring at you, checking out your figure. She keeps catching him eyeing you or something like that. And in order to take the heat off of himself, he said, well, what do you expect me to do? You didn't see her flirting with me. You only jamming me up. You see what I mean? So that's another possibility too. That's most likely is that one. But I would, still, for whatever reason, you want to reassure her that was not the case. And, you're just very confused and you want to understand because you love her and you don't want you guys to fall out like this. And what can you do, or what can help you can explain. That's the approach I would take. Not to the point where you're going to eat crow or anything like that, but you definitely would want to get some clarity about what she perceived was flirting, that you did or said. That's what I would try to do. Well, it might be, but like I said, a lot of times when men are trying to, they get caught, they're going to try to flip it around and make it the other woman's fault, who in this case is the completely innocent woman. But he's going to, take the heat off of himself for being a dog. So he's going to make it look like, she enticed him. That's what they're going to do. Well, I don't know. That's the approach I would take, And for her to say that it's just something that you've been doing for years, but she's just now taking action on it, that's the part that's bothering me. I could see if she said, well, this happened last weekend and, you did this and you did that. But she's saying you've been doing this for years. So that's the part that's bothering me. Like, why would you not have spoken up? And if the husband was trying to break up their relationship, he had years to do it. Why now? What's going on so different? That's why I keep circling back to he likes her and he got caught eyeing her. That's what I think, But of course, I have no proof of that. But his behavior, I've seen that so many times, and that was what was going on. And here's the woman. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't talk to that fool. I was trying to give it that fool. That's your man. I'm not tripping. I don't even like him like that. Okay, so let's move on to question number 2. Female in the 26 to 32 age group. She's from Carmel, Indiana. Oh, my boyfriend of 3 months wants me to convert to Roman Catholic. 3 months? Deb, I am not religious at all. I'm not Baptist or Methodist or anything else. I stopped going to church 10 years ago when I was 16 and no longer believe in religion in any way. This was brought up on the first date and he said he was fine with it. But as we started getting more serious, he revealed it actually is a big deal to him, even a deal breaker, that I would need to convert to Roman Catholic at some point for this to be a long-term relationship. I told him I am in no way comfortable with that, and he needs to accept me as I am or break up with me. He refuses to end the relationship because he says he really sees a future with me if we could just, quote, get over this one little hurdle. He says either he would need to stop believing or I would need to start, and he sees the potential for either to happen. Oh, he does? Okay. I really care about this man, but I cannot and will not convert. I don't know if I can be in a relationship that has stipulations on it. What happens if we put this on the back burner? It would just be more heartbreaking down the line. I need advice, please, on if there's a way for this to work without either of us needing to change our beliefs. I have never and would never ask him to change what he thinks about religion, so I'm really hurt that he can't accept me as I do him. This is the reality. You in the 3-month probationary period. That's what I call it. You in the probationary period. And dude done just, put you on waivers. So, he's saying he's trying to hold this carrot out that, that either one could happen. If either one could happen, he wouldn't have brought this up. Do you understand the wordplay game here? He wants to keep you around for whatever he's getting out of the situation. Refer to the video I just did on Sunday. But, he's not willing to change himself. He wants you to change. Notice how it was presented. He didn't come at you like, do you think I should change? He didn't say that. He just threw this little, I see the potential for either to happen. What does that do? That incites, what's that 4-letter word I keep telling y'all not to use? It don't start with an F, it starts with an H. What is it now? Everybody say it with me now. I know y'all know. Oh, I don't know. She'll be here. So at some point, I guess, I hope. So ain't nobody's answering. Well, anyway, there you go. Your left acrylic pinky nail has the right answer. That's what he's doing. That's the game he's playing here. And what's that going to do? That's going to keep her there, giving him services while he dances around, trying to change her and put pressure on her. So, young lady, what I'm going to say to you is this. If your beliefs, which is part of who you are important to you, that's like your core of who you are as a young lady. You do not ever change that for a man, especially when it's only been on the scene for 90 days. Who is he to come rolling in trying to tell you what to do? And let me explain to you, too. When you have somebody who can exert this kind of pressure and this kind of control over you, this is a setup for disaster. Where do you think that this is what you need to change, what's wrong with you, is going to stop? The number one way that people feel loved is when they are accepted for who and what they are. Even the things about you that maybe even you don't like that much, your partner accepts them because that is the whole, that is the entirety of who you are. This guy came in the gate trying to change who you are. You, unfortunately, and who was that the other day that was yelling at me saying, you guys tell people to leave? Here we go with another one. It's time, you're going to have to deuce out. You can't change. I would never recommend that you change for somebody that you barely know. I can see if y'all have been dating for 5 or 10 years or something, or been together for, a long time and everything. But, there she is. Hi, Shay. I could see that. It would be a discussion. And, you'd be discussing, well, how we're going to raise our children if we do decide to get married. Why can't I be this and you be that? Why do we have to be the same thing? Conversations. But he's coming in the door trying to change who you are in less than 3 months? Nah. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Shay, did you see I have on some lashes? I know Shay wasn't here earlier, so she didn't get to see my thing. Well, she was scolding me. I don't know, she might have just been joking, but she was like, you always tell people to leave. I'm like, I sure do. I sure do. Because this is, this kind of situations where you don't get to be you. You have to turn into some like cookie cutter, Barbie doll version of whoever you are to please some clown that you just met. Please. That ain't even a whole season. And he already trying to come on that door telling somebody what to do. You good, because he would have got cussed out. Question number 3. This is a female in the 26 to 32 age group from Vallejo, California. You right, Michelle. I am sick of dudes being pervy in the first few messages. We talk about that all the time. This may seem like a trivial event, but honestly, it irks me and turns me off from dating men entirely. Nearly every interaction I've had matching with men, they'll go straight to asking about body or eggplant preferences or something physical of that nature, and still claim to be searching for a long-term relationship. I am in my late 20s, and these guys are as old as 35 and still act like this. Oh, child, wait till you get to my age and you see in their 40s and 50s they still act like this. I'm like, sir, calm down. You don't even know my favorite color. You don't get to know my boob size. We haven't even met and I'm already uncomfortable. I can't be the only one who feels like this, right? How do I handle this? Should I just unmatch right away? Oh, immediately. Immediately. Because to me, that's marked disrespect. See, now that I have my video up, I can keep referring people to it because I covered all the games in there. So I don't have to keep repeating myself. I can just say, look at that video that I did on Sunday. And it talks about this kind of game where they're doing this is part of the assessment. It's assessment. He's trying to see what your boundaries and limits are and how, what he can get out of you with as little time and investment of even energy as possible. So he's just going right to the tail because that's all he was after. And these guys are just so nasty because they on the internet finding women to sleep with. And then you want to go and, poke all these different people and you don't know nothing about these people's health habits, mental habits, or who else they seeing, and you just going to be all vulnerable in there. If I was a dude, I wouldn't know. Because I just seen too much stuff, where people the door gets busted down and dude and his crew roll in and you in the bed, and then it's just, you can't get to your gat in time, and then they just decide to start, firing stuff and stuff. No. Ain't no coochie worth all that. Purple, Amanda. That's my little firebug. My little firebug is here. Yeah, I don't like green. Oh, Vanna remembers that. Yeah. Unless it's money. I like that. But my favorite colors, I have two actually. And my wardrobe is made up of both of them. purple and black. Purple and black. I have a lot of black, a lot of purple. And then my new favorite color is like this. Well, it's not really a favorite, but I like it. It's like this burgundy kind of color, wine color, something like that. I like that too. But yeah, those are the colors. When I look at my closet, 95% of what I own is those three colors. I'm like, wow, this is kind of boring. I have some blue jeans, a couple pairs, and some corduroy brown pants I like. But everything else is black or purple or something. Orange and pink. Oh, Kelson showed up. All late on a late freight. Tell Nita I said hi. All right, well, let's go on back to these pervy dudes. But yes, you said, should you unmatch right away? The answer is absolutely. If you don't want them to be, if you go for it, this is where boundaries come in. And a lot of women will do this. They'll take this approach. And I mean, not that this is bad, don't get me wrong, but you don't even know the guy yet, okay? And he's already coming out of pocket. So, like say it's somebody that you already know, you spent time with him, and then he was like a male friend or something, and then suddenly he starts with some booty conversation. Then most women will take the approach, well, don't be disrespecting me like that. You F her and you this her and that her and all the stuff they're going to tell him about himself. But in a situation like this where you haven't even met the man, you ain't been on no date with him, it's just a conversation over the phone or on the platform or whatever, you just block him. Okay, you have nothing invested in this guy. It's just, there's no reason for you to worry about his feelings or anything else. There's nothing to save here. Question number 4, young man 36 to 42 in Cardiff, Wales. Cardiff, Wales. I have been on 3 dates with the most lovely girl. We met on Bumble. I am 39 and she is 37. That is not a girl, dude. Well, maybe that's just his country lingo. I don't know. We have so much in common and get on really well. I honestly feel a real connection with her, not like any other dates or previous relationships. The thing is, Deb, that she has 4 kids with the same father already and has said that she does not want any more. I have always thought I would have kids, and I have been getting broody recently. I want to go through that little baby phase with my kids. While I am fine dating someone with children, I'm not sure I could date someone who does not want more. But I am torn as there's a real connection, and I have been single for so long, with the previous couple of years being a total write-off. Her kids are 7-year-old twin boys and 11 and 14-year-old girls. She has put herself through university, has an amazing job, etc., and been single for 4 years. So I need some advice. I really, really like this lady in question. I've never felt such a strong connection. But there is the kids angle. I want children. I've been single myself for a while, so any advice is greatly received. Dude, you 39 years old. Why you just now talking about a damn baby? I'm sorry, but your ass is old to be trying to be somebody's daddy. You heading on to grandpa age. And she already got 4 kids. And I'm thinking, did you ask her if she had her tubes tied or anything like that? I mean, you trying to look at a possibility. I mean, she might not be able to have any more kids, even if she thought about wanting some. She may have tied that up. So her last pregnancy was the twins. I mean, did she have problems with, what's behind her decision? Did you talk about it? It's a lot of, it could be like the trauma that she experienced from having to go through the divorce and be single parent with 4 kids. She's like, I can't handle it. The thought of having to go through that again is just terrifying to me. So, you need more information if you're going to really make a decision. I mean, you only have surface stuff here. You two haven't had a real serious conversation about why, what are her concerns? What was her thinking? And sharing what your thoughts are with her. So if you guys split up, it should be a mutual decision. Okay, so I don't want you to just feel like, just go away based on this. This is not enough information. You don't have any clue why she said that. What was behind her decision? And to really understand her, you need to have that conversation. Okay. She say, I'm done. Yeah. That's a lot too, honey. Can you imagine? I can't imagine. I just don't even understand. And twins? Oh my God. Yeah, that's my suggestion. Don't jump crazy yet. Sit down with the lady away from the kids and have a very serious conversation about her position, and then share what yours is and ask her what she thinks that, is the best course of action for you too. Like I said, it needs to be a mutual decision so that you both, whether you decide to stay together and she changes her mind and have one baby for you, or whether she decides that she's really seriously done, then you two can part ways and know that it's not the fault of either one of you. Just the choices that you want to make for your life vary. But I'm thinking your ass is kind of old to just be talking about, I'm going to have a little baby. You should have done that 10 years ago. My God. Well, she got a 14-year-old and 11-year-old, so I'm sure they help with the twins, but still. Oh, I was just saying, too many damn kids for me. Question, oh, wait a minute. I accidentally skipped one. Oh, okay, it's at the bottom of this page. Female, 26 to 29 from Scandinavia. I don't recall getting a letter from there before. Hello, Deb. Thank you for choosing this letter. I'm 27, female, and single. I've been friends with this woman who's 34 for about 3 years. She lost her boyfriend, 37, of 6 years a couple of months ago. Ooh. They were toxic and I almost gave up on our friendship once prior to this due to her enabling his distasteful behavior. He was mentally ill and nobody as of yet knows why he died. That's interesting. My friend had planned to leave him before his death and wanted a fresh start. She and the man's best friend, a young guy 28, were grieving together a lot and still are. To my surprise, they decided to pursue a romantic relationship. Wait a minute. How old did you say she was? Okay, she's 34 and this little cat is 28. And the bad boyfriend who died was 37. Okay, I'm just trying to keep it all straight. To my surprise, they're in a romantic. It's been 2 months since the death of the man and she's not very stable. When she revealed this to me, I wanted to slap her. Yet all I could make myself do was tell her to be careful. This new guy, the dead one's best friend, is also mentally ill. Oh, she really has some picking skills, huh? Has no job and lacks control of his life. I'm worried and I don't want my friend to go right back to the BS and suffering she just escaped. If you were me, what would you say to my friend? Thank you for reading this. I would look into some grief counselors and then I would give her a phone number because that's what she needs. She's using this new relationship as a Band-Aid. I know, I went through that. I mean, it wasn't, this kind of situation where he was mentally ill or anything, but that feeling, you're just kind of pitching around. First, I was in the funk I described. Then when I came out of that, the next thing is you just feel this hollow loneliness where you really miss that person. Okay, so then you cry some more. But see, what she had was, this guy who was a good friend who was also grieving. So the two of them were able to get together and bond with that, that common thing. But her mistake is making it into something romantic and, involving passions and stuff, when what they really both needed to do was get their butts into some therapy. So, try to take her someplace to lunch or whatever, someplace out, and then say, that you're concerned and you think that she, would really benefit from some grief counseling, because you can't just be in a relationship with somebody for 6 or 7 years and then they just check out of you like on a sudden notice like that, and you can handle that by yourself. You just cannot. Luckily for me, I had 2 psychologist friends that stepped in, and they gave me grief counseling for free because they knew I had no money, and it was very helpful. It just got me over the hump, Oh, Josie, I don't think she's want to be a therapist. What she's doing is avoiding feeling the pain. So she's switching, she's distracting herself from the grief with, by focusing on this man in a quote relationship. That's what she's doing. So it's not like she's trying to be a therapist. She's just trying to avoid dealing with what she's going to have to deal with inevitably, which is the grief. And it's not easy. I'm telling you, from personal experience, that is not an easy trick. But it's one that you have to do. You got to go through it. Luckily, I had other friends, family around, like would take my daughter and stuff, so I could just have my cry fest and, throw stuff and just act a complete fool. And so she didn't have to see it, And my mother was really good about, taking her for like a week at a time and taking on trips and, doing fun stuff with her, showing her positive attention and giving her support and stuff while I told her I had other people to give me support, but she didn't really have anybody other than me. So my mother stepped up, for her, and then my friends and they stepped up for me. So between the everybody, we were covered. But that's what she needs, okay? So don't run from it, and be sure to tell her, that you're concerned about that she's making some poor choices right now because she's trying to avoid grieving, and you want her to, to get some help so she can go through that process. You have to go through it. You can't run from it. She's got to. Poor thing. I feel for her, even though she was planning to leave dude still. Because you leave him, right, you still think, well, I'm going to leave him, but he's still there. I can still talk to him. I can still call him, cuss him out, send him hate emails, whatever. I mean, he's still there. But when they're not there, that's a whole different bag of tricks. So I feel for her. Question number 6, male, 21 to 25, from Mesa, Arizona. I am feeling so embarrassed about something that happened last night while I was drinking with the woman I'm dating. I had a little bit too much drank last night, and I ended up bawling my eyes out about my father, who has been dead for 11 years. She was comforting me the entire night, and I thought everything was fine. She ended up spending the night having eggplant with me multiple times in the morning, and she was acting like everything was fine until this afternoon. She revealed to me while crying about my father, I also said that I was sad over my last relationship. I don't remember if I said it unprovoked or she had asked me about it. Either way, things are pretty tense between us now. It's funny because I don't harbor any romantic feelings for my ex. When I said that to her, I meant that sometimes I regret my past behavior in my last relationship because I was so young and toxic. I feel guilty about it sometimes, and that's all I've meant by it. That's a good cover story. I'm going to use that one. But she refuses to reason with me because she said that I should have made that realization before I pursued her, and she thinks it means I'm not healed from that relationship. I know for a fact that I'm over it, but I still think it makes me look questionable that I cried over it and brought it up to her. How am I supposed to move forward with her now? I left her alone and gave her some space so she can sort out her thoughts. Oh, this shit's over, bud. This is over. It's over. Ooh, ooh. You single, living the single life. That's gonna be you, cause she is done with you. How you gonna be? Let's just go through this now. Let's just flip this around and put this if it was on the other foot. Would you feel good about dating a woman who cried to you about some other motherfucker? Let's just be honest. She crying about, oh my God, I'm so sad about Joey, and just hold me so I can cry about Joey on your shoulder. I'd be like pushing that bitch off of me onto the floor. I'm like, I'm out of here. Who does that? You tripping. Of course she's not. She thinks you're not over it because obviously you're not, because that's your subconscious. See, what I'm saying, when people get drunk, what happens is everything that they were holding in and holding back from doing and saying, it comes out because your inhibitions are loosened or like removed altogether. So the stuff that was keeping you in check and making you act like you were sane and normal and stuff, oh, that's all gone now because the drank just removed all those barriers. So you just tell them what you really think and what you really feel, and you just happen to be doing it to the wrong person. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. You telling some woman that you sad about some other bitch is not gonna work. Okay, it's never gonna work. It hasn't worked since 12 AD. Okay, it's still there. It's not gonna work in 2029 either. It's not gonna work. Okay, don't nobody want to hear about some bitch. You tripping. That's the thing. Men always think somebody want to hear about your escapades and somehow somebody hurt you or something. Nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? It's like you keep it up and you keep talking about it. I'm going to say, well, I'm glad she hurt you then. I'm glad she did. She did a great job. She should have done better. Because now you only been hurt for 2 years. She should have put that knife in and twisted it around and made it be a good 20. Because you still trying to act normal. No, she should have devastated you. She should have ripped your heart out and put it in a blender. That's what she should have done. But you know what I mean? Don't cry to me. Shit, I don't know, Ravania. I'm just saying. But don't cry to me about some other bitch, because I'm going to hurt your feelings, like, really bad. So I think she was very nice to you to just deuce out and just go on her back to her house. And, you know, I think she was very nice. I think you should count your blessings. But no, I would wait for somebody to do some shit like that to me so I could clown. I mean, really, that would just give me like a license and a business permit to be, they put on my clown show. Question number 7, male, 26 to 32, from Portland, Oregon. I just saw what case of raw put up in there. Girl, yes. Just sip it up with a straw. Okay, this guy, 26 to 32, age group, from Portland. So there are 3 different young women in my life I'm interested in asking out. I feel pretty good about them saying yes. All 3 are coworkers. Oh, you dummy. And while most people would say not to date coworkers, I'm planning on putting in my notes and leaving for a new job soon anyway. Oh, okay. So girl A is a new hire, and in my opinion, she's the most physically attractive. We make conversation when we can, and she always goes out of her way to talk to me. I honestly don't know a ton about her outside of physical attraction, but that's obviously why I want to ask her out, so I can get to know her better. She ultimately gets points for being supermodel levels of good looking. But wait a minute, what you looking like? I see you left that part out. What is you looking like? Okay, let's thinking everybody's loving my heart in the blender thing. I don't even know where that came from. Okay, girl B is the one who I've known the longest. Us working together for a little over 2 years. She's the one whom I have the most in common with. We're both big movie lovers, and a lot of our conversations have been purely about film, which has absolutely made my attraction for her grow. But the problem is I'm not 100% sure if she's still single. She spent the past year and a half with a boyfriend, and I see them constantly posting pictures together online, but that seems to have slowed in the last month or so. On top of that, she recently changed her hair, which I know is something that some girls do when they're fresh out of a relationship. And she recently posted on Instagram about having a girls' night at a club and mentioning it being the first time in a while that she's been able to do something like that. So this girl's someone who I share a common interest with, but it's just up in the air if she has a boyfriend or not. You must be one of them little geeky people with a fucking spreadsheet about the women. Oh my God, this is just so much. Girl C is another one I've grown to be pretty close friends with, and I honestly think that I've done the most flirting with her compared to the other 2. We get along very well and we share some interests. It's just the constant flirting that I worry about. I feel if I were to end up with either girl A or B, then I feel like I would have just lead on girl C and have given her the runaround with my flirtation and attention towards her. I obviously don't want to hurt her like that. On top of that, there's an age gap, me being 26 and her being 19. Oh no, you're not gonna do that. So these are my 3 choices. I'm really struggling to pick which one I want to ask out first. Like I said, there are some pros and cons to each of them, and now I just need some help on narrowing it down. You're gonna start with A, and then you're gonna get out of there. Okay, you're going to go with A because that seems to be the one that you like the most. B is questionable because she's either still in a relationship with that back and forth stuff that people like to do when they break up, get back together, break up, get back together. So you would just be a rebound. So I got next choice B. And choice C is too fucking young. So you really only have one choice A. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Question number 8, female, 21 to 25, from Pensacola, Florida. My boyfriend is 25 and I'm 23, and we've been together for almost 3 years. We went to a close friend's house and we all drank. Everything was fun until he got a little too much to drink. Oh, another drunkard, huh? Everything was fun. Oh, we were all hanging outside of my friend's apartment when another neighbor came out. My boyfriend started yelling. He told the neighbor to shut the fuck up. And it was really embarrassing. Everyone was quiet afterwards. My best friend's boyfriend told him I would really appreciate it if you didn't cause problems with my neighbors. I understand that my man was drunk, but I was uncomfortable knowing my friends saw that side of him. I don't know what to tell him now that it's morning and morning after. It may seem ridiculous the way I feel, but it doesn't sit right with me. He also doesn't have many friends, and I've been trying to make a couple of friends for us to hang out with. But if this is the way he acts when we all drink, then I don't see myself going out with him. I haven't had a very social drinking life since we met when I was 20. I've been wanting to go out and drink more, but I don't want to go out with him if he acts like that. What are your thoughts on this? Oh my God, some people get happy when they get drunk. They laugh and that's me. I laugh, I make jokes, I cap on people, but it's always funny. It's funny. I'm not like, I wouldn't be cussing people out and stuff like that. But he turns into a mean drunk. So what you have to do is decide, do you want to have a mean drunk boyfriend? You've been with him for almost 3 years and you're only 23 years old. What do these young girls be doing? Why you be with these fools for so long and you just like still got milk breath? This is the time when you're supposed to be dating this one, that one, this one, that one until you find Mr. Perfect. Not getting stuck with one person at 20 years old. Plus he's a fool. They want to be cussing people out. See, you know what? Let him go and do some shit like that in the hood, right? Can you imagine, y'all? How many seconds would he have lived? Here come Rollo out the house, right? Rollo rolling to his car. He ain't bothering nobody. And then here comes some crazy dude jumping him in his face, telling him to shut the fuck up. What you think Rollo would do? Do no 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 no. I don't think that would end too well for your boyfriend. So I'm gonna tell you, for your own safety, don't ever go drinking with him again. We don't know what the neighbor was. You know much about it as me. But what we do know is that he told the neighbor to shut the fuck up, unprovoked. She said the neighbor just came out of their house and he told the neighbor to shut the fuck up. I'm like, wow. So let's move on. Question number 9. You guys hit that like button. Hit that like. Yeah, these young people in these relationships, I'm telling you, I don't know about these people. It is random, but see, that's the kind of being random like that. That's the kind of shit to get your lips pulled off your face. You mess with the wrong person. You just can't be talking to people like that. People already, because all this COVID stuff is like been, having a lot of increase in mental illness and, bipolarness and all kind of weirdness because they've been shut in the house and they got antisocial and weird. And so, then they finally getting to come out the house, and then here comes somebody going to be cussing at them. That's not going to go over very well. That's just not how you do. Yeah. I wouldn't want somebody, if one of my guests cussing my neighbors out, you have to go. Not only do you have to go right now, and you can't ever come back. That wouldn't work for me. Question number 9. This is a female in the 18-21 age group from Memphis. Deb, is it normal to feel disgusted when guys touch you on the first date? Probably. I went on a few dates just to force myself to give guys a chance, and each time they ended up having their arm around me. Nothing too inappropriate, like a hug, holding my hand, a shoulder and back, and each freaking time it repulsed me. I just wish they would get off of me, and I felt so uncomfortable. They are still strangers to me, and honestly, I wasn't attracted to them particularly, and I had zero desire to get any physical contact from them. Is this normal? I'm unsure if it means I'm asexual, or on the other hand, I feel like if it's a guy I like and have positive feelings for, I would want to get closer, but I don't have enough experience to know. I'm so confused with myself. Yeah, you 18-21. Okay, first of all, let's rewind to this part here. I went on a few dates just to force myself to give guys a chance. What does that mean? Does that mean that you hadn't been dating, or you've been turning people down, that you weren't attracted to, or that you prefer girls? What is, this is kind of a wide open statement here that could be interpreted multiple ways, okay? Just to give guys a chance. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what you mean. Okay, so then just because you went out with them, they want to, getting all handsy and stuff. See, I am the kind to tell dudes, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I did not give you permission to touch me. Well, can I just hold your hand? No. I don't know where your fingers been. And then they want to kiss you too. Hell no. Back them up with some crusty, disease-covered lips. I done told you about that stuff on the slide, wiggling and jumping, and you looking at people's dental hygiene and stuff. I don't know what you do. When the last time your ass been to the dentist? I'm just like, no. Keep thy lips away from me, Satan. I don't want any parts of that. So I'm going to say this. Don't force yourself to go out with guys anymore unless you are attracted to them. What is the point of forcing yourself to go out with somebody who looks like a, Beelzebub? You ain't Beetlejuice, whatever I was trying to say. You don't want that. That's not that. You're not attracted to him. Only go out with men that you have some kind of interest with. At least some kind of common ground, something to talk about or something. I mean, sometimes the interest builds later. But, no, you're not. I'm going to be racing down the street. I'm going to run from you. Run from Kelson. Yeah, this is really sad. You have to, trust yourself enough, young lady, to understand you don't owe men anything. You don't owe them your time. You don't owe them a date just because they're interested in you. You don't owe that. You don't have to give people a chance. You're not the EEOC. You only go out with people that you're really interested in and physically attracted to, mentally attracted to, or, emotionally attracted to. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Question number 10. This is a female in the 18 to 21 age group from Dayton, Ohio. Deb, have you ever had an experience where it seemed like other women have not liked you for seemingly no reason? How did you handle it? I recently had an experience where I tried being friendly with some of my friends, and they immediately thought I had a weird vibe without any further explanation and blocked my number. Didn't do anything to warrant that response, and from the start, I felt extremely judged by them. I feel that I was treated unfairly. How should I handle this? You should not be giving a fuck. They ain't your friends. What you care? And then all you have to do is you have friends, your friend that knows them. All you have to do is you only go out with her, right? You don't have to go out with the hangers on. I can share a story I had with a friend, and I met. This was years ago. We met in. Whoa, wait, where are you from? Oh, you from Dayton. And so she had some friends from college and stuff, right? And she grew up in Memphis, and so they flew out to California. And she and I were friendly, but we hadn't been friends that long. Maybe, I don't know, a year, maybe, if that long. And so, since she didn't really live in San Francisco, so I was like showing people around, because I grew up there. I mean, I know, the city like the back of my hand, taking them to interesting places and doing all the tour sites and shit. Now we in my car, I'm buying the gas, right? And it was two of them. Yeah, it was two of them and my friend and me. So, all four of us in the car. And they had this weird habit where they would talk to each other and call each other the B word. So their conversation, and these are friends that went to high school and college together, right? So they call themselves friends and, well, bitch this and bitch that. And so then one of them made the fatal mistake of referring to me that way. I said, look here, heifer, don't you ever fix your lips to say shit like that to me. I'm not your friend. Okay, I'm playing tour guide and stuff. You treat me with the respect I deserve. My name is Deborah, and that's the only name you better call me. Car got so quiet. I'll never forget that because I ready to toss them bitches up out of my car. So you figure out how to get back to your hotel the best way possible because it ain't going to be on me. So I'm sitting there looking at them, right? And my friend, the friend who was my new friend, she was kind of nervous. And she was telling me, yeah, she doesn't like that kind of stuff. And they're like, well, we didn't mean nothing by it. I said, I don't give a fuck. You are not going to call me names. I don't care what y'all do about each other, but leave me out of that shit. And straight told her about herself. So, every time they came out after that, and, she told me they was coming, I made myself scared. So I don't want to be around them broads. Because, I just know, my mouth. The only reason I didn't, snatch them out the car and beat their ass is because, I wasn't trying to go to jail. But that's when I was young. I'm telling you, my temper was terrible. I was ready to beat their ass just over that alone. And the look on their face, it was like, what? Kind of, thing, not apologetic. Like, well, what? We do it all the time. You tripping. That kind of, that was her demeanor. I'm like, I will drag your little nappy-headed ass up and down this fucking street. You don't even understand who you talking to. But I think she got a clue because I was giving, she got my tone. So for me, I don't give a fuck about my friends' friends. They're just like what I call non-motherfucking factors in my life. They don't have shit to do with me. And I'm not looking for their approval. I'm not looking for them to like me. I'm not looking to spend no time with them or no energy exerting. I'm not going to be having any texting conversations with them. I'm not going to talk to them on the phone. I'm not going to go out to dinner with them, lunch, breakfast, nothing. Not clubbing, not drinking, nothing. Nothing. Shopping, nothing. They are non-factors in my life. So for you to be all impacted and write me a letter about some dumb bitches, you need to get your mind right. And stop letting people have all this influence over you, getting in your feelings and writing letters to an advice columnist about some dumb bitches you don't even have nothing to do with. You know how I am, Lee. I'm like, I don't mince words, and I'm telling you. I mean, I'm much more polite now than I was then. I'm like, you want to see a bitch, I'll show you one. But I try to be on my good behavior. I didn't want to. The little girl I was friends with, I didn't want to scare her too bad. She's probably already thinking, oh my God, I'm friends with a hood rat. Question number 11, female 21 to 26 from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Flatly, I hate my boyfriend's cousin. Well, I hate him too now. I feel like how I feel about it, but I would like your thoughts on how to best handle the situation. I don't want to get too deep, but for context, my boyfriend took in his cousin who's 21 because his family kicked him out. This cousin has since gotten a girlfriend and stays mostly at her place, but he still comes over to my boyfriend's house sometimes. His cousin and I hated each other for a bit. Now I would say it has calmed to a manageable level of dislike. Basically, the cousin was a total ass to me one night. I stood up for myself and he continued to disrespect me. Okay, so what did your boyfriend do about all this? I thought, okay, you don't have the decency or care to treat me with respect, so I won't be speaking to you anymore. I've been wondering to myself lately, is this okay? My boyfriend wants me to get along with his cousin and has told me I need to handle my problem. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Latita, you didn't know? Girl, yes, I got a Leo sun, Leo rising. Something, I forgot what my moon is, and something else is in Aries. It's just like flaming all over the place. It's terrible. My chart is bad. When you talk about temper, it's not good. So your boyfriend tells you to handle your problem. This is interesting. However, my boyfriend has ended communication with people over disrespectful behavior before. When I brought this up to him, he said that it's different because the cousin is family, but that he understands my point. I think to myself, he's not my family until you and I are married. I just feel so awkward because I don't even want to be in the same room as this guy, much less look him in the eyes and speak to him. If I wake up in the morning and he's in my boyfriend's house, I don't even want to leave the bedroom until he leaves and goes into another room because I just don't feel comfortable being around him. I'm 21 and my boyfriend is 23. I love my boyfriend and respect his desires, but I also have a part of me that reflexively says F off to anyone who tries to control me. I don't see the cousin too often and we'll see him even less in the future, so I really don't see why I should try to be friendly with him, especially when he was the one who was very rude and mean to me in the first place. I know my boyfriend would prefer that we get along, but most of all, he just wants to maintain the peace. I don't bring it up because I prefer to let sleeping dogs lie. I hate the awkward feeling and having to wake up early or hang out late in the bedroom because I don't want to see this guy, or hoping that he isn't at the house when I get there. Like, you have a girlfriend, go bother her and get out of my life. Okay, I'm going to ask you something. Why the fuck are you at this man's house all the time to be looking at his cousin anyway? Why can't he come to your house? What, you live with your parents or something? Then get out. Get your own spot. And then your boyfriend can come over and visit you and you won't have this problem. Right? That's a solution. You can get a roommate. 2-bedroom place. You'd be all right. And, well, you know, this is the kind of thing, though, that is a problem because of the fact that what's bothering me the most is just cousin disrespecting you to the point where you had to stand up for yourself and your boyfriend didn't check him. He didn't say anything to him. So that's bothering me. And for me, that would have been the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm seeing that you don't gonna give a fuck. You're just gonna let some grown man talk to me any kind of way, and you the one jumping up and down on me at night. And this is the best you can do. Oh, I'm so fucking out of here. Don't even lose my number. Okay, forget you ever saw my face. That's how I would. This wouldn't be. All these changes you going through and stuff. My life would be so free, clear, and happy because I would be done with both of them. Let them, deal with each other. Now, that's my analysis for you. It's like, what is it that you're trying to fight so hard for? Yeah, because it's the only motherfucker on the planet. The only man you could ever be with. It's got to be this one with this ratchet cousin and this big no sense of protectiveness of his woman. Girl, you being real stupid right about now. You being real dumb. Acting very desperate. You need to look at the video I did on Sunday. Because you getting played. This is terrible. Question number 12, female, 30 to 36, from Fullerton, California. This is a what would Deb do question. Oh, good. I love these. I need to know how to address my in-laws when they make backhanded comments about my spouses and my eating habits and body. What? Oh, you guys, I'm trying not to rub my eyes because I know I'm going to mess up this. I'm going to mess up stuff. I'm ready to. Trying not to. Okay, my father-in-law, brother, and sister-in-law. Okay, so the father-in-law, the brother-in-law, and the sister-in-law are all health nuts. They are very thin, count calories, and walk or run several miles every day. Fine. My husband and I do not. My husband, 33, is 6'1", 250. He's not fat, but he has a little belly, and he's just a broad guy. He lifts weights 3 days a week. Oh, he one of them, like, thick-built dudes. I'm 37, about 25 pounds overweight. But I'm tall for a woman. I carry it fairly well, and I walk 2 to 3 days a week. Every single time we get a meal together with his family, if my husband and I order dessert or fries or something deemed unhealthy by my in-laws, one of them will say something like, I'd run 3 extra miles tomorrow if I ate that. They also ask him regularly if he's lost any weight since they saw him last. Today in a group chat, we were all informed by my sister-in-law that she wants to sign the whole family up for a 5K on Thanksgiving, so we can stuff our faces after as though we have to earn our calories. Neither my husband and I have ever been runners, even when we were thin college athletes. The family knows this. I'm sick of this. I feel shame every time one of them says something along those lines, and my husband does as well. The problem is that he won't speak up because his dad gets very aggressive with him when he does. So I have 2 questions. 1, how do we respond about Thanksgiving? And 2, how do I respond when they make comments at meals without being disrespectful and getting my father-in-law riled up? Okay, first of all, who the fuck is your father-in-law? I wouldn't give a damn about his aggressive. You ain't seen aggressive until you see me light somebody up. All 5'5" of me. You would swear I was like 10 feet tall because of the way I'm going to rear up on you. So, y'all running from him. Don't raise 2 of you, it's 1 of him. What are you doing? Why would you let this man bully you like that? Oh, okay, this is what would Deb do. Okay, so let me go there. Okay. So they say, I'd run 3 extra miles tomorrow if I ate that. Well, good fucking, what you want, a fucking round of applause? I'm not running nowhere, and for that, I'm going to order a second one. Get an extra one to take home. Whatever, I'm going to do something to really fuck you up. And trying to sign you up for an athlete, for some runs, say, well, you can sign me up if you want to, but I'm not going to be there. You're just going to be wasting your money. And then she'd be like, well, why? I said, did I ask you to sign me up to go race around? I'm not trying to do that. Y'all want to be running around like your ass is Usain Bolt. Help yourself. But that don't have shit to do with me. I'm not doing that. It's not my idea of a good time. Okay, so then, I don't know why you feel ashamed. Why don't you shame them and start talking about how skinny they are and say that, skinny people die early because they don't have any body fat reserves. And people who are like 25 or 30 pounds overweight are actually healthier than people who are Skeletor. Looking like some relative of Skeletor or some shit. Looking like you have an eating disorder. That shit is really fucked up. Your body will start to cannibalize itself. Did you know that? Because you're not getting enough food. So the body starts to need nutrition. It gets it from your lean tissue. So you guys are going to actually die earlier. And do you know what else? You're going to start looking like a prune. Your skin's going to be all dried and fucked up, and you're going to look ugly as hell, and I'm going to still look plump and lovely. I mean, you know what I mean? When they start talking about you, talk about them back. What is all of this, giving them all this free, letting them bully you and stuff? You just go in on people. I told you about how I did my boss that time. This was my boss. I didn't give a fuck. She was the regional manager. Okay, so we go to lunch. My boss, who was, just the local, manager. And then me and somebody else from corporate. I forgot some other two people. So it was like 5 or 6 of us there. I didn't know the other people. I just knew my boss and her. So this woman looked like somebody had took a straw to her and went, okay, she just looked like she didn't have no moisture nowhere in her body. So I'm eating, we went to Chevy's. And so I don't know, those Bay Area people know Chevy's. Where, this fatty Mexican food, but it was good, right? So I'm eating the guacamole and chips. I'm doing all this stuff. And then she was like, oh, I couldn't eat, those things have a lot of fat and preservatives and stuff. And I said, yeah, but that's why I look so good. Maybe you ought to try it. Talking about the preservatives, because bitch, your ass don't look good. And my boss caught the dig, right? He was like, and then she caught it too. And then she just sat there looking all prune faced, and I'm just glaring at her like that, like, bitch, you won't let's go for round 2, because she gonna try to talk about my what I was eating. I'm just like, I don't know what to do with this. She was looking at me like, I don't know what to do with her. Let me leave this girl alone. And she didn't say shit to me the rest of the lunch. I'm like, yeah, I'm not that one. So it's not like I got totally disrespectful, like where they could say, well, there's insubordination or anything like that. I know how to go up to the line and not cross it. But that's why I just did that, girl to girl dig. She caught it. Like, you dried up, crunchy bitch. Sitting up there trying to talk about eat some preservatives and some fat. It'll make you look better. So, shit. Yeah, so anyway, at Thanksgiving, tell them you have other plans. Go to one of your friends' houses. Tell them you won't be joining them for Thanksgiving. And every other kind of meal they be trying to have, don't go. Put them on punishment, time out. Okay? Oh, wait, did I skip another letter? Oh, yes, okay. Question number 13, female, 26 to 32, from Calgary, Canada. We broke up a year ago, but he called me the other day and it kind of messed with my head. He is in his mid-30s and we dated for a year. It wasn't an awful breakup. I mean, he didn't cheat, he wasn't abusive or drink, but he just wasn't committed or there. We both have not been in relationships since. No specific reason for still talking, but during this conversation, he said he recognizes his faults and wants to learn and grow. Oh, did he now? This was a surprise, as he's apologized for his mistakes in the past, but not to this effect. Would you say this is someone you didn't want to better yourself for? Would you say this to someone you didn't want to better yourself for? Absolutely, because he just want to see if he can come by and tap that ass. See, notice he says he wants to grow and change, grow and learn. That was your cue to say, oh, well, in what way? But you didn't do that. See, y'all be just going with the hope game. You fall for the hook, line, and sinker too easy. You supposed to pin his ass to the wall. Well, in what way are you trying to grow and change? What areas do you see yourself being lacking in? Oh, yeah, she's going to block him. But first I want to get, she needs to understand that he needs to know that she understands the game. And so this is why you just fuck with them before you block them. Well, really, how do you plan to accomplish that? What are your steps that you're going to be taking? You see where I'm going with this, you ladies? See how I'm just nailing him to the ground? I want some specifics. Unless none of this pie in the sky, fairy godfather shit. Let's get some nitty gritty. What's your plan? I want to see a business plan. I want to know on a spreadsheet what you doing, where you going, how you going to do this? When is this going to happen? What's your timeline? Okay, so if you ask him all of that kind of stuff, and then he's not going to have any answers. You know why they don't have any answers? Because it's all bullshit. It's just a way to feel you out, to see if you are, like you are here, hungry and inquisitive and want to get back with him and all this kind of stuff. That's what he was trying to find out if he had a chance. Now, I hope that you had yourself together more, that you didn't show this to him, that you only wrote it in his letter. I do pray that is how you handled yourself. Because if not, you just expose your hand, and now he knows he got you, and you don't have no game. No game. Yes, no, I'm thinking more like a 50-point program, girl. I want to see all kind of shit. I want to see your 5-year plan. Where do I fit in it? Why are you telling me this? Right? You must have a reason why you called to tell me this. What is it? Stuff like that. You got to ask them like hard questions. And if they don't have no answers, they start giving you some old vague shit. You be like, oh, yeah, okay, I see you still on some bullshit. And then you hang up, and that's when you block him. So he can't call you back ever again. Question number 14. This is a young lady in the 26 to 32 age group from Brooklyn. I'm 30. My dude is 33. We both don't have children, never been married. We started casually dating 8 months ago, going out, spending time in the house on the weekends. We never made it official because I honestly didn't want to commit right away. He has a military-style attitude and doesn't like to express his feelings. Although we date often, there's little communication in between dates. I explained my concerns and we started to talk a little more, but after 8 months, we still can't commit to talking every day. I'm at the point where I'm ready for a commitment, and every time I try to bring it up, he runs from the conversation. Okay, so when you never made it official and you weren't ready for it right away, but now you want one. Okay, I'm just trying to keep up. Honestly, I'm not sure if I want a commitment. To him anyway. He checks off some things I want in a partner, but the most important thing I want in a man is to have a good personality. He's a nice guy, but he's so distant. He doesn't tell me how he feels and never expresses if he wants to make things exclusive. He also disappears whenever we have small disagreements or doesn't get his way. Okay. Where's Sai? Because Sai's about to be mad because I'm about to say deuce out again. This is a grown-ass man, 33 years old, and this is the best he can do? This is the best he could do. He disappears like a kid to punish you for he don't get his way, so you have to be on a timeout all by yourself. He just abandons you. Yeah, right. He deals with that by walking away, then calls and tries to make up 2 or 3 days later, and has been a pattern of his. I know no one is perfect, but I think these are major red flags. I'm at the point where I want to walk away because there's no reason why I should be in a relationship and have these problems with someone I'm not even officially with. I think he likes the non-spoken understanding we have and doesn't want more, but insists that I still see him every time I try to leave. I'm torn as I should try to be more vocal and explain to him how I really feel, or I should just take these behaviors he's not interested in anything more and walk away. I'm honestly tired of dating. Before him, I was single for 2 years. I used to go on dates here and there, but he's the only guy I've gotten physical with and connected with more. Friends and family tell me to give it more time because I'm almost 31 and in a Caribbean household, you need to be married and have 3 children by my age. LOL, and that's why I keep trying. But it's exhausting. I'm not even getting to fool him. Please don't judge me for what I'm saying. Honestly, I'm scared to be single for another 2 years and have to get to know someone and see if we match or not. Especially coming from a doctor's appointment where they were telling me if I don't plan on having children soon, then I should have to freeze my eggs. Wait a minute, aren't you not even 30 yet? Wait a minute. Yo, you're 30. Okay. I know most women will understand we do have a biological clock ticking, and to be completely honest, I've thought about just trying to make it work with him because I do think he'll be eventually commit. He just won't do it now. And me, I'm not sure about him, so we're both still trying to figure it out. But it's been 8 months and no real progress. We both have doubts. Should I end it? Oh, absolutely. This is a waste of fucking time. Oh, yes. Follow what Just Be Real says. Commit to leaving. Commit to leaving. I like this so much, I'm going to show it on the screen. Look at that. Commit to leaving. Should follow her instructions and you will be just right what you need to do. This is, girl, you just wasting your time. And don't you think sometimes, you know, these dudes, they make a fight, right? They disappear for 2 or 3 days. You know where he is when he's up 2 or 3 days? He's with his other woman. That's how they do. They create a fight so that they can be, you know, quote, be mad and then have time to do what they want to do. And he's not calling you, right? So you're not really connecting with him except when the times when he's free and you guys go on these little dates. Oh, I'm surprised you don't understand that. You know, a man who's into you is just into you. I mean, you most of the time you get sick of them because they just be so excited. They just want to be in your face all the damn time. Calling you 90 times a day. Texting you 50 times a day. Hi. Stopping by your job. Hi, I just want to breathe on you for a few minutes and kiss you and hug you. And then they get back in their car and they go away. I mean, when they really are really like you, these problems these issues that you're discussing here, you wouldn't be having any of those. You'd be like, damn, I'm trying to get away from this motherfucker, hiding and looking to see if his car is there, so you can dip out to lunch with your girls because he want to have lunch with you every day and all this stuff. So it's just you what you want is, there's nothing wrong with wanting what you want. What the problem is that you want it from someone who's never going to give it to you. Okay, so just understand that you wrote a very detailed analysis of your relationship. It's shit. And so, you're not getting what you want from it. You're trying to figure out how to work it around like you some desperado to just be with him just because he's like a live, warm body. Don't do that to yourself. You're going to be miserable. You're going to end up divorced and have a couple of kids. And he's just going to be just as distant with them. Your kids are going to have poor relationship with their father. He is just a hot mess. He's not ready. Okay, he's just emotionally not the one that you need. You want a man who's going to be there, who's warm and loving and supportive and encouraging and wants to spend time with you and talk to you and cuddle with you and stuff like that. You don't have any of that. So why would you be trying to make this into a relationship? Let this go and go find somebody else, okay? Stop wasting your time. This is a young man in the 26 to 32 age group from Dover, Kent in the UK. I have figured out something, Deb. I had a light bulb moment. Didn't you now? I decided that if girls don't like you, they literally look for anything to cancel you out. Any reason at all. Because I just happened to see that and I liked that comment because it was so appropriate. Damn, Keith. Okay, any reason at all, he says, was talking to a girl online and she asked me what my job was and I explained it was similar to her job and she immediately stopped responding. I'm trying to relate to her like a normal person. Then I had another one say something about astrology. She was like, you don't really believe in it, do you? Cancel. Then another one for not believing in God. Cancel. Why do some conversations with women feel like an interrogation? There's something weird, creepy, some weird, creepy ass women out there. Well, I have to agree with you. UK Dusty. You just mad because Nita's from the UK and you just know she has her little accent and stuff and you just be mad at any man from that entire region of the world. That's your problem. Yeah, I do. I have a video called The Man Behind the Mask, and in it I discuss ways to questions that you need to ask on an early date and how to ask them. And that is how a lot of women do it because they're like, they fire questions at you like they Barbara Walters or somebody. And it's like, but what about this and what about that? So it's not a conversation. It is very much an interrogation. It's like they have a checklist of questions or something. It's real bizarre. And in that video, even though I've given people like a lot of questions, I caution women, don't write these questions down and then pull out your tablet and start asking the people, making notes of their responses. That's not it. It's just like something to, spark conversation. But I tell you, I'm sorry, young man, but that's what you're going to find online. A lot of people that have issues, some of them are on the spectrum and they don't really relate well to people. They don't, have social graces and, they're kind of, it's challenging for them to relate to people socially like this. So, some of that you're going to be running to that. There's a lot of people that are mentally ill. They want to have relationships with people, but they kind of on the crazy side, so they don't really know how to do it. And then you get a relationship with them, and then you want to run for your own safety, being witness protection and stuff because they crazy. I don't know. I would just say, just keep going. Keep going. Just go out with everybody. Even if you're not that physically attracted to her, go out anyway. Because you never know when you're going to make the right connection. Most of the men who get married and they have a happy marriage, the woman that they married is different from what they thought was their type. They'd be just deliriously happy with her, but she's different from their quote type. So I'm gonna, suggest that for you. Don't screen so hard. Broaden your horizons and get more women in there. This is interesting. Question 16. This is a female, 30 to 36, from Milton Keynes, Buckinghamshire or something. Okay. In the UK anyway. I have been with a guy on and off for 9 years. We met when I was young, about 21. 9 years? I always felt like he didn't treat me the way I wanted to be treated. I'm 6 years younger than him. I always felt he spoke down to me and patronized me. I brought it up with him many times thinking that he would change. Things got better, but then they just go downhill again. I grew up, moved out into my own place. I work 60 hours a week to pay for it so I can be independent. My partner lived with his dad and I was having problems, so asked to move in with me. I was very hesitant. I gave in and then he moved in. 3 months down the line, I feel like I'm an idiot for letting him live with me. I do all the cooking, shopping, etc. They say you don't know someone until you live with them, and I can honestly say I feel like he has no respect for women or knows how to treat one. The only time I receive affection is when he wants eggplant. He refers to women as bitches and just generally is not a nice person. You didn't know all that before when you was dating him off and on for 9 years? You didn't know that. We hardly ever go out. I said that I'm unhappy and do not like how he is. His response is, I'm used to being treated well by my mom, and this is how a real relationship is. I don't believe this. He's just smoking and mirroring you. The flat is all in my name. After 9 years, I feel like an idiot that did not see his behavior quicker. I feel like I'm the one making all the effort, and when I complain, he literally just tells me that I'm just an unhappy person, and if I wanted a yes man, I should have gone elsewhere. He also says I have a problem with men in general, as I did not have a relationship with my father, and this is why I'm never happy. A relationship is 50-50, treating each other well, doing nice things together. I've asked him to leave, and he says he's not going anywhere. What do I do? I don't know what the rules are about renting, but Buckingham, whatever. But if that's your house, because you was paying for it before he ever saw, he never moved in, I would wait until he went to work. Then I would pack up all his shit and I would drive it over to his parents' house, sit it on their porch, and go home and change my locks and change my number. That's what I would do. Yes, goodbye, sir. Goodbye. Boop. Well, he want to come in and be trying to regulate on somebody and trying to, tell you what you are and all this old kind of stuff. Girl, see, this is for everyone listening to this, If you're in a situation with a man and he's doing anything that's off and on, okay, so you dating, you break up, you get back together, okay? Some people you do one time. I'll give you one time. I don't want to do one time, but I'll give you one time, okay? So then you break up again, stay on. Because now you have started a pattern that you just going in and out, revolving door. A hamster wheel relationship, that's what I call them. You ain't going nowhere. It's just stupid. Just wasting both of your time. And for you young women in your 20s, you know what you're doing? We're doing stuff like that. You're wasting your youth and beauty. That's what you did. All your 20s was spent with this dust monger. Now you in your 30s, at least you got a house out of it and stuff. But it's like, you're wasting time. Cut him loose. Find you a man that's about something. That's got like goals and stuff like you do. That's a mover and a shaker and a hard worker. You got somebody controlling bum gonna come up in your house and be trying to tell you what to do? Oh no, motherfucker, you got to go. You got to go. And I would toss his shit right on over to his parents' house. He's having problems over there. That's too fucking bad. You gonna have him again because you the hell up out of my house. No, and don't ever let anybody move in with you again, okay? If you decide to get married, make him buy a house for y'all to move into and you rent yours out. And you make him sign a quick claim deed so he don't have no toes, no nails or fingernails up in your property. And you keep your shit for you, okay? You can leave it. If you guys have kids, you can donate, will it to your kids or whatever you're going to do. Sell it, whatever you want to do. But it's going to stay yours. Make sure you do that. Protect yourself. Don't be stupid. Oh my God, 9 years wasted. Your entire 20s just wasted on this fool. Question number 17. This is a female in the 26 to 32 age group from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm 26 and I'm dating this guy that I really like. But what gives me pause is that he has a super weird nickname and he demands that I use it instead of his real name. Deb, I know this is weird, but I'm dating a guy named Benjamin, but he hates that name and he goes by Bubba. Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. Anybody remember that? Oh my God, not Bubba. No, he does not call you. Want you to. Bubba essentially came from his baby sister trying to call him brother as a child. He will not let me call him Ben or Benjamin because his brother-in-law is also named Ben and he doesn't want to be called that. For the life of me, I cannot call him Bubba. It's just too weird for me. It makes me feel like I'm calling him brother, and it's just not sexy. I don't feel sexually attracted to him because he wants me to call him Bubba. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. His middle name is Henry, so I was thinking to start calling him that, but no one calls him that. I don't know what to do. It sounds true, but I like this person. I want to take things to the next step, but I just do not like calling him Bubba. I literally don't know how else to talk to him because he's very adamant about being called Bubba. My friends say since I really like him, I need to suck it up. But honestly, I just can't get myself to call a potential boyfriend Bubba, especially knowing that it comes from brother. What should I say to him? You should say, look, every time I call you Bubba, my pussy dries the fuck up. I don't want to touch you. There will be no screwing going on in this relationship as long as you want me to refer to you like Bubba, like I'm your sister. Okay, sisters and brothers don't fuck. Remember that. So what do you want me to call you now? If you insist on this Bubba shit, then shut up, Case. You still since somebody calling you Bubba, then I'm a deuce out and be gone with somebody that that has a manly name. Not some nickname from a baby that can't even talk. Girl, I'm trying to tell you, I would just be blunt with dude. Me, I don't mince words. So I'm going to just tell him, no, I can call you Bubba, but we will not be fucking. Is that what you want? If you want me to call you something else, I don't have to call you Ben. We better call you something. You better come up with something. Cavassier? I don't know. What you want to call it? What you want me to call Sauvignon? That's a good DeMario. What? You better come up with a name that you're gonna be happy. You're gonna be happy to have. Oh, shut up, kid. I know, like Bubba. Ooh, that don't even sound right. That is not sexy at all. I'm sorry, girlfriend. We are having way too much fun with your letter. This is hilarious to me. But he needs to get a clue. Dude, that is not sexy. Ain't no woman gonna be turned on by running around telling everybody, my boyfriend is hot. And they'd be like, well, what's his name, Bubba? And she gonna get laughed into Mars. Bubba. I'm dating Bubba. Hell to the no. So not gonna happen. So yeah, I would suggest just be blunt with him and shock him and say something like that to him and see what he says. So yeah, I'll call you Bubba. That's fine. And I'm going to be dating somebody else and I will not be fucking you. That's it. But they got Ben, so he could be Ben 1 and Ben 2. I mean, we had cousins. Okay, I don't know what my auntie was thinking. This was one of my father's sisters. And, this was my drunk aunties. And she had twin boys, right? And she named both of them John. And this is way before, what's his name? That named all his kids out. What's the with the oven, the little thing that named all his kids the same name. So she named them both John. So the older one that came out like 5 minutes before the other one, he was Big John, and the other one was Little John, and that's how we referred to them. And we could actually tell them apart. They were identical twins, but you spend enough time around twins, you could tell them apart. And so, so we had Big John and Little John in our family. So you can have Big Ben and Little Ben. It won't kill you. George Foreman. Thank you, Onyx. He named all his kids George. I thought this was a Looney Tune. There's something wrong with this dude. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name right now. No, I'm not going to call him anything that sounds like Bubba, BB, Bub, none of that. We're not doing that. Yeah. But this is true. But they're my cousins. I don't know what happened to them. We lost track of them, but they Big John and Little John. It was very odd. Even as a kid, I thought that was strange. Okay, let's move on to question number 18. This is a female in the 18 to 21 age group from Ontario, Canada. I have a boyfriend who throws things. Oh, does he now? And punches holes in the walls, and I don't know what to do. Do your fingers like this. And do it like with a flick of the wrist, like boop, like that. Boop. And then put your stuff in a hefty bag and you leave him alone. That's what you do. Okay, let's move on and see what else happened here. When we first started dating, I came over to his house and saw a hole in the wall in the living room. He had patched it up, and I came back a week or two later, and there was a hole again. Another time, he told me he smashed his phone and had to get a new one. I live here now. Okay, after all of that, you moved in? I live here now, and there have been 3 new holes in the walls, like 4 holes in doors, and now 2 doors that don't work anymore because I locked myself in, and he kicked the door in. Now I'm nervous every time he gets mad. He smashed my measuring cup when I wasn't home, and we argued over the phone. What I'm asking you is, does this kind of thing ever get better? No. We've talked about moving in with each other, and I told him if he breaks stuff in our place, this is his place, that I'm not going to take it well at all. Before we move out of here, we have to fix all the damage, a ridiculous amount of damage. When I was younger, my dad had a super stressful day at work, and then my stepmother argued with him, and then I argued with him, and he punched a hole in the wall and went to drive around the neighborhood to clear his head. I never saw him do that again, and I lived with him until I was 21. Any other time I saw him angry enough to throw or break something, he was drunk and got mad and told me, let's throw some shit. And we went outside and threw a bunch of plums at a snowman we made. Okay, well, he's at least creative. So does this kind of thing ever improve? Have you or any of the ladies of the squad ever dated someone who does that kind of thing? Does it require therapy or something? I really am not sure what to do. I'm telling you what to do. You don't continue in a relationship with somebody like this, because the next thing he's going to be hitting is you. Okay? And then you talk about we have to pay damage. That's his place. You don't pay anything, not a dime, towards the damage that he made to that apartment. That's him. Okay? You take your happy little ass back to your parents' house or move in with a girlfriend or something, and then you break up with this guy. He's a nut. Yeah, tossing plums at snowmen. That's what they would do. And her dad would have her do when he said, let's go outside and throw some shit. And that's how, instead of breaking things in the house, they would throw plums at the snowman. I like that. You know? Oh, somebody from Silver Spring? Well, yo, hello. Yeah, this is a bad situation, young lady. You need to get out of this. Look online and look at look up, domestic violence and abusive relationships, and you will see this kind of intimidation, this kind of stuff like this is a precursor to attacks on you. Get out now while you're still in one piece. If he can punch holes in wall, imagine what he could do to your little body. You would be in the hospital. And if he hit you in the wrong way, you might be in a coffin. So you take heed to what I'm saying and get away from this fool. He's crazy. Yeah, no, we couldn't be doing that. Question 19, female, 30 to 31 from Atlanta. Oh, boy. You know it's Atlanta. Here come the dust. Here come the dust. All right. So I discovered that the guy I'm dating has a history of restraining orders. Okay. Okay. He didn't tell me. I found out via the local court records. Not sure what prompted the search, but gut feeling, I guess. Within 2 years, he had 4 restraining orders taken out on him by the same man who appears to be an ex-colleague or something. His photo even came up online linking him to the restraining orders. The interesting thing is when I ask him about his history, he is 40. He never mentions 2013 to 2016 when these incidents took place. To be honest, I have noticed signs that he has a lot of quick temper and is quick to react, which I assume was just a passionate personality. At the same time, can it be that a restraining order is falsely instated? You trying to make excuses? Okay, even if one was falsely instated, how you get 4 that's falsely instated? Shut up. You being stupid right now. I just got to tell you about yourself. You trying to make excuses for his monkey ass? 4 times? You know how hard it is to get a restraining order? And he had 4? Something wrong with this dude. You need to leave this motherfucker alone. What concerns me is that it was taken out 4 times, which I assume means that he kept intimidating this man. I am disappointed as I actually really like this guy, but my tolerance for aggression is super low. Then deuce out. You better deuce out. Yeah, a man took out a restraining order, so you know that. Yeah, see in Atlanta, see Keith, your Keith. You know, my mind went right there where yours went. I'm like, what's really going on with this dude? What's your proclivities, my brother? Who is you harassing, my brother? So this person want to get away from you because you own them so hard. That's what I went with it. I'm like, nah, this girl, get away from this fool. Get away from this fool. Tell him you met somebody else. You just met him. You ain't tripping with him. Yeah, see, y'all know, you can't say that's definitely what it is because we don't know that. But, 2 and 2 is 4 no matter how you add it up. Right? It's Atlanta. Dude taking out a restraining order 4 different times on the same guy. Same dude. I don't know. I would be out, so I'd just be done with dude, and I'd be like, oh, I met someone else. Male, 30, there's letter 20. Male, 33 to 39 from Patterson, New Jersey. Deb, my wife has gotten too fat and refuses to lose weight and is affecting our daughter now. I need to know what direction I should go here. FYI, I also posted this on Reddit, but I want to specifically ask you, since you are 110% real, have a background in health and fitness, and you have a daughter too. Deb, my once beautiful wife of 14 years has blown up to around 400 pounds. Whoa! It's ridiculous. Whenever I bring it up, I immediately get shut down with comments like, don't you love me? I'm sick of it. Our daughter, who is massively obese, thanks to my wife, is also being affected. I've tried talking to my wife about being more active with her, but she turns it down. She also keeps loads of junk food in the house and lets our kid eat that crap all day long. I'm desperate for ideas on what to do. I'm considering divorce if she refuses to change. You can't get a divorce. If you get a divorce, you better take that little girl with you. This could be considered child abuse. If she's eating all that junk food, what is she eating of nutritional value? She's eating junk food all day. See, I know you're upset and you're talking about the losing weight and this and that. Who gives a fuck? Because she's an adult. She can fuck herself over if she wants to. My concern here is that she, as a parent, has responsibility for this young girl. And she is ruining that child's body and life and health. And you, instead of worrying about that, well, I guess you are a little bit concerned, but you're not concerned enough to do anything about it. Like go to the house and toss out all the junk food. That's all you got to do, Papa. Fill the refrigerator up with fruits and vegetables. Tell your little girl you can have an apple for a snack. You ain't getting no chips and cookies. Them days is over, chick. You're the man of the house. Be the man. Take the lead. Go through the house and get rid of everything that shouldn't be there. Okay? Yeah, 400 pounds. He doesn't say how tall she is, but it doesn't even matter. Unless she's like 7'12", 400 pounds is just too much. And, it just makes me wonder what is going on with her, that she, ate herself up to 400 pounds. What's going on? What happened? And, you don't touch on that, but I'm very curious because, people don't do that just for no reason. There's something going on with her, mentally or emotionally, and she's using food to make herself feel better. Okay? As far as the child, though, you might need to bring social services in. Tell them that, you have some concerns and you want some help. And the only way that you can get the help and make your wife stop being the way that she is if there is a entity that commands that she do it. Then she will, because then after she faces losing her custody of her child, that might get her attention. But you are going to have to make some definitive and strong moves to save your daughter. Your wife want to eat herself into an early grave. You can let her do that. You can get a divorce, whatever. You step up for your daughter, nigga. Okay? Don't you just walk off and leave her like that. Handle your business, Dad. Question number 21, male, 40 to 46 from Denver. I'm a white male who found a rent-a-friend online a few years ago. Okay. She has a hard life. She works 3 jobs and is from a country in Africa. She comes over every 3 to 4 weeks, and I have dinner delivered. We watch a movie together. I give her $100, and then she go home. This is strictly platonic. She has a few forkfuls of food and takes the rest of the dinner home. It's a little annoying. Last week she was here, and I said I didn't have to pay her, but I did. I want to keep it businesslike. This past weekend, she thanked me for the time and money and recalled that I would be renting an Amtrak roomette for a 2-day trip to the mountains and said she wanted to go with me. I said yes, so we went up the other day. I paid for the Uber to the station, the train, food included, hotel, etc. There was a problem with her ticket, but she was able to eat free on the train. I fixed it later so that she could eat on the return trip also. I told her that if she wanted to go into the hot springs to bring a bathing suit. She forgot, but said that she would improvise. See, we took a taxi. I paid to the area, and I paid the $64, $32 each for the hot springs for 2.5 hours. She then decided she didn't want to go in. I felt uncomfortable in the water by myself while she sat it out with a parka, a big waste of $32. For real, you crying about $32? We then headed to a Mexican restaurant. She ordered a huge meal even though she wasn't hungry, ate a tiny amount and decided to take it with her for the train ride the next day. I figured she would pick up the tab or at least offer. Nope. So the next day we eat on the train, so she threw away the food from the night before. What a waste. I am not poor. I'm also pretty generous, but I'm still pissed off about this. Not even an apology for the wasted hot springs ticket or the wasted food. She didn't spend a dime on this trip. If I ever see her again, I will tell her that I won't be supplying food when she comes over. I feel taken advantage of. Feeling her working 80 hours a week has clouded my judgment. Am I being too harsh, too easy, or too cheap? You're being petty as a little bitch. That's what you are. First of all, you say you're not poor. Okay, if you know the woman's working 80, she's working 3 jobs just to make ends meet, then why would you think that she's supposed to be coming out of pocket to feed your ass? Why would you even fantasize about that? You know you don't have no money. Anybody doing rent a friend for $100, that's a person that has no money. Although that is a nice hustle. I need to start doing that. I would charge more than $100 though. But at least I'm entertaining. You know what I mean? I'll run my mouth and I'll have you laughing and doing all kind of shit, but I'm leaving with $500. I'm not leaving with no $100. They don't live together. So it's not like he's paying her rent. She don't live with him. She comes over and they visit and then she go home. He give her $100 and she go home. So, you know, dude, she said she wanted to go with you. Now, if you knew she don't have no money. So if you were planning to come out of pocket, then you should have just told her that no, maybe next time. That's all you had to say. You know, this is a weekend, this is a getaway for me. I wasn't really prepared to, you know, have anyone with me. Maybe next time. We'll plan it together. Something like that, some bullshit. Just blow her off. Don't you know how to, you don't have no game either? Am I the only one around here with some game? Oh, you don't want her to be mad, but you don't want her to go away mad, but you just want her to go away. So you put it like that. Oh, you know, that would have been a good idea. I wish I had brought it up earlier, but, you know, we'll talk about that next time. Yeah, well, let's do that. That would be fun. Yeah. No, you don't mean a word of that bullshit. Yeah, she's a renter friend. He found her online. You know? So I'm going to say this. So your ass was going to have to take an Uber to the train anyway. Okay, so you paid an extra for the train ticket. You had the hotel anyway. You know, so, I mean, it's not like, and then you paid $32 for the hot spring, but everything else was already, I mean, what exactly is your big expense? It sounds like you didn't really pay more, I don't know, more than maybe $200 altogether for her to be, because I don't know how much a train ticket is. But you had the hotel room anyway for yourself, right? So what's one more person that come in the room? It wasn't like you needed a double bed, or did you? Did you have to change the room size? What did you do? Because a lot of these rooms, you know, they already have 2 beds in them. You know, they have like 2 fulls or 2 queens or something like that already in the room. All the rooms are that way. So it just depends on the kind of hotel that you're in. But anyway, my assessment is you being too cheap and petty and stupid and just pouting like a little brat. If you didn't want to pay the money for the woman, like I said, don't sound like it was more than $200 in total, then don't. And all you have to do is tell her, I'm really not feeling this thing about you packing all this food home. You know, Do you need some groceries? And then instead of ordering food, just give her a grocery card or something. Oh yeah, he definitely all in his feelings about her little meals and stuff. I'm like, the lady probably take that one meal that you was going to feed her and make that last for 3 or 4 because she don't have no money. Question number 22. This is a female in the 21 to 25 age group from Irvine, California. Oh my God, wait a minute. This looks long. I am in a weird situation. I don't want to be in a relationship with this guy, but I don't want to hurt his feelings either. What should I do? He's 27, I'm 23, and we've been dating. He's fun to talk to and a really understanding at first. He even talks about marrying me and stuff. I told him about my past relationship and past traumas. I told him so he could understand me and know that I'm really into him, and so he knows I want to come all clear. Oh, you dummy. But he took it the wrong way, and anytime he gets mad with anything, I try to make his mood better, but he just keeps bringing my past relationship and mentions my ex-boyfriend. I like him a lot. I started to fall for him, but then his present behavior is really turning me off. And for my defense, I explained my feelings for him and even said I didn't mean to hurt his feelings. I told him about my past so he knows everything about me, but he just takes his anger out on me. I want to break up with him, but since I used to be in a relationship a lot before it all failed, breaking up with him is kind of making me feel guilty. I don't know. I feel like a villain. I just tell myself I'm doing the right thing. I just want to be in a relationship where my partner keeps bringing up my past to take his anger out on me. But then someone told me I should give him a second chance. Well, you should have told that person they don't know what the fuck they talking about or no. But I told him before, it's just some days then it gets worse and worse. I just don't want to be in a relationship with him, but I can't figure out how to get out of it without hurting his feelings. I hate myself so much for that. I'm confused. Can you help me? Well, I don't understand why you're worrying about not hurting his feelings when he hurts yours every time he opens his mouth and throws your past in your face. See, I don't understand women like you, and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm serious right now. You have someone who hurts you every time he turns around with just because it's a sunny day. He don't really care any reason why he's hurting you. He has no fucks. But you are all in a tither about leaving somebody who's mistreating and abusing you, and you are trying to figure out a way how to do it without hurting his feelings. No, what you're supposed to do is hurt his feelings. You're supposed to hurt his feelings. You're supposed to say, you know what, I'm going to break up with you. Because you know why? I caught myself trying to be, open and honest with you, which was, I found out stupid because you can't fucking handle it. And I'm going to deuce out because of the fact that I don't want to hear your mouth every time that we have a disagreement or every time you don't get your way. I want a grown man, a real man. Somebody who knows how to talk and compromise and negotiate and keep secrets and not try to win battles by hurting the woman that he claims to love. You are a piece of shit, sir. I'm out. Boop. This is my favorite thing. I need to get this on a t-shirt. Boop. Me going like this. Because this is a whole just no. Yeah, that's what you do. And, and just stop worrying about hurting his feelings. That's not the goal right now. The goal is to get you out of this situation, away from this fool. Okay, then once you're away from him, but, you really don't even have to make too much of a statement. Just block him. You can do that, too. Block and delete. Block and delete. I need a song to that. Who nobody knows how to who can make music. Put me a track. Block and delete. Block and delete. Then we could all sing and have like a little choir. Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm in a crazy mood. I don't know. That letter just sent me someplace. Question number 23. Young man, 21 to 25 from Lexington, Kentucky. So I finally settled down in dating to a beautiful looking woman. I'm now over the looks and I'm confident that she likes me. But now we're 6 weeks in. I really like her, and she says she really likes me. Okay, you said that. So far, she's come across as my kind of woman. Okay, I get it. However, Saturday night, she stayed over. Sunday morning, she instigated a conversation, and I thought straight away that I didn't like it. She asked me if I had ever had a threesome. No, I haven't, and I know I never would. I look at intimacy as between just two people. Then came the thunderbolt that I was dreading. I asked her if she had, and the answer was yes. I felt a bit sick at the time, so this is my plan. I'm going to hang on as I know this feeling will pass. but I just don't want to get involved in anything like that. What should I do? It doesn't sound like she was asking you to do anything. She just wanted to know, if you ever had. Like this kind of conversation, which I don't understand why a woman would do this, because it don't matter if what I did. You will never know, okay? Because that's my secret. I'm going to go to my grave with it. So when people get with a dude and start volunteering this kind of information, y'all need to learn to shut the fuck up. I don't understand why women need to spill their guts about every single aspect of their life with some man they just met. You heard him say 6 weeks in? She don't even hardly know this dude, but she's already talking all this kind of crazy stuff and telling him all this stuff. So now if they break up, then he gonna go around, that girl I was dating, she did threesomes. She did something. Okay, so now everybody gonna know your business because your mouth is big. You don't know how to shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Stop telling men all your business. My God, keep your mouth closed. Nobody needs to know, not even your best friend. Nobody. Okay? Oh my God. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to get over it. Okay? What you might want to tell her is, I'm of the mind that whatever you did in your past history should remain your business. Okay? I would never ask you about it, and please don't volunteer any more information to me about it. I just really don't want to hear it. I'm not interested. I'm interested in what's going to go on between you and me from this point forward. Let's focus on that. The past is the past. We can't change it. I have no interest in hearing about it. Okay? So put that boundary up. Me and my coughing. Let her know that that's your boundary and you don't want her to cross it. Yeah, like as Keith says, she might be a little too freaky, but it could also be that was something that she did when she was younger, just to see what it was like, and then she has no interest in repeating it. So that doesn't mean that's like a lifestyle choice that she wants. Sometimes people will just do something and they do it one time, and then they're like, oh, well, what was all that? I mean, that was all the fuss about that. That's not even, no, we won't be doing that again. So, it could be that as well. If a lot of people experiment, especially in college, they tried lots of different things, and then they decide which thing they like, and then by the time they get out of college, all that's behind them, and they have no interest in doing all that kind of stuff anymore. But she shouldn't be talking about it though. So that's what I suggest for you, sir. Okay. Question number 24, female, 18 to 21, from Fort Wayne, Indiana. This is a weird question. Oh, aren't they all tonight? But I really want to know how you will handle this if it were you. My boyfriend and I have been together for almost a year. We're both 21 years old and seniors in college. After maybe a month of being official, he started relentlessly going after areas of my body that he knows make me uncomfortable, such as my belly button. Ooh, ouch, that hurts me. My feet and armpits. At first, it was just when we were cuddling or being playful, but recently he's introduced it during intimacy as well. Okay, so this is some kind of like S&M type of thing. He knows it makes you uncomfortable and even painful, but he's doing it to you anyway without your consent, without your permission, and you've already told him that you don't like it. Nah, this is an instant breakup. I don't understand these young girls. It's like this, there's no respect for your body. These dudes are like, they're just weird. And they just feel like you like some kind of blow-up doll or something. These are human beings that you're touching, dude. See, you good, because he would have had to, this. That. Yes, very much. Very sadistic. And that's okay. See, Keith, we on the same page. That's it. He's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go, girlfriend. And she used the word relentlessly. So that means even when she tells him to stop, he doesn't. That's what relentless means. It's gotten to the point where sometimes I recoil at his touch because I'm afraid he will touch the aforementioned sensitive areas, and it honestly makes me feel like he prioritizes messing with me over my pleasure and general comfort. Bottom line, I feel objectified deprioritized, unattractive, and like an actual plaything. And I don't know how to seriously address this without him becoming hostile or defensive. You don't have to. You just block him. Just block him and then send him an email or, write a letter in the mail, whatever you're going to do, and tell him that you are being very aggressive and sadistic, and I'm not down with it. There's nothing pleasurable about your approach. You don't listen to me. You violate my boundaries every time you turn around. There's no relationship here for me to even leave. So I'm just going to block you, lose my number. Don't ever call me again. If I see you on the street, act like you don't know me. That's what you have to do with guys like this. You cannot, and you're staying there and you're taking it. What the fuck? The first time he did it, see, with me, you did some shit to me and I told you stop and don't do it again. The second you do it again, we're done. We're done. Because that means you're not listening to my no. You're not respecting my boundaries. You're not respecting my body. You're not respecting me. And so therefore, there's no reason for me to be here. I'm out. I would think that too, Lee. He's been watching some kind of weird, them popcorn movies. And so he trying to act the shit out as stupid young men tend to do. But it's like, these guys, I don't know what the fuck they be thinking. They watch some shit that's like fantasy entertainment where people are getting paid to do it. And then they want to act it out on a real girl. You fucking freaks, idiots, retards, all of that. That's the kind of shit you do that shit to the wrong woman. Your ass going to be in the hospital. Because, some sisters don't play that shit. Your ass will be bleeding or you will be stroked out from her stun gun or something. You be sitting up there wishing or shot or something. Or you wishing maybe you had kept your hands to yourself like she told you to. Because once somebody tells you no or stop and you keep doing it anyway, that's assault. You fucking idiots. They're not overstimulated. They're entitled. Overstimulated only refers to children who don't have the senses, the ability to control themselves. These are fucking adults in their 20s. They're not overstimulated. Don't be giving them that bone excuse. This is some shit. He's doing it because he fucking wants to. He understood her when she said no and stop. He don't want to. He feels entitled to use her body any way he wants to. Nah. Don't even touch my belly button. Leave my fucking feet alone. Don't touch me anywhere I did not give you permission to. I'm a roundhouse your ass and you flying through the window. Be like, oh no. Look at him. He's dead. Okay, this is our last letter. These people are going to got me mad. I'm still trying to decide what the theme is going to be for February next year. And I'm waffling between, I think something that somehow respect has to be put in there because that's the overwhelming thing of this year's advice letters is lack of respect. Lack of respect. The young ladies just don't demand it and they don't seem to have too much for themselves. And when people are disrespecting them, they just stay in a relationship anyway. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. So I'll have to give this some thought. But tonight's show, these letters, has not changed my mind one bit. Okay, so our final letter of tonight, this is question number 25. Before I do that, let me make sure. Wait a minute. Where's my thing at? Oops. This. If you have an advice question that you want to submit to the show for next week or another week, this is how you do it. Just open the show description box down below and click the link that says Get Advice. It'll take you to an advice submission form. You can upload your question in video form or you can just type it. Most people do the typing and then submit it for consideration, okay? No guarantees, but you can get considered. Okay, our final letter tonight is female in the 21 to 25 age group from Oakland. Oh, homegirl. Hey, Auntie Deb and Candace, thank you for choosing my letter. I recently stopped seeing a toxic person and it's hard for me at the moment. To briefly summarize the situation, I reconnected with someone from my childhood, went out on a date with him, sparks flew, and we had the most perfect night. After that, he love bombed me. I just learned what that meant. things moved really fast, but it seemed like we were involved way longer than we were because of the old connection, I think. Then I found out he has a girlfriend. Oh, she must have been away or something when we were dating because there was no red flags for me to suspect that. He tried to explain this by apologizing profusely, saying he loved me, etc., and that they were on their last legs in the middle of a breakup. He said it was wrong what he did, but somehow in his head, he had convinced himself that it would sort itself out without me knowing anything. Oh, did he now? He was getting out of that relationship. Ha! I started talking to him again and against my better judgment decided to believe him, that they were in the process of breaking up. I slowed things down because I didn't want to be involved in this. They sped back up. It was a whirlwind. Anyway, the most recent thing is that he's having some problem with another girl who he cheated with. I know. And she is threatening to ruin his relationship, and he is stressed. Number 1, a third girl. Number 2, what the fuck? Number 3, I thought he was in the middle of a breakup. So how is he now saying that this girl is going to ruin his relationship? Deb, I got the hell out of there as soon as this happened. I messaged him and told him I was out and that I didn't realize he was working to save his relationship. He responded that he loved me, etc., but we haven't talked since. I'm not going to talk to him again, but I'm just so upset and feel so stupid that I let myself get caught up in all of this. He's pathological, and it seems more like just a shady cheater. It seems like a weird game that I was just a part of, and for what? What's the quickest way to get over this? The quickest way to get over this is to write out the steps in this relationships where you were shown red flags and you ignored them. What you do, this is what's called the accountability exercise, okay? Because right now you're flipping a lot of blame on him, which, he does play, he does deserve some because he was playing silly games. But you have to be accountable for the decisions that you made, the red flags that you ignored, the warnings, the lies that you chose to believe. You made a lot of decisions here. When he was telling you stuff, you ignored what was right in your face. Why? Where's that word again, ladies? What's that word? The H word. And it's not hell. Yeah, see, because you was hoping that things would sort of stuff. You was hoping that he would break up with the other one. You was hoping that he would be with you. That's what you was hoping. When all the everything that was in your face was telling you contrary, right? But you ignored all of that. So that's what I want you to do. You heard this letter. I know because you don't get to keep a copy of it, I don't think. But you can go back and listen to it, right? And then you think about the stuff that you didn't include in here. All the things he said to you, all the things that you little niggling kind of feelings, warning bells, something was, your intuition was telling you something's not right. All those little things that happened, you make a list of all of those that happened. Then you're going to make your second column how you responded to it. And then on your third column, you're going to make how I should have responded to it, to respect myself. That's going to be your column header. You do that for each one of the actions that you involve yourself here, and you will see that you made a lot of bonehead decisions. The thing that's good about that, see, it gets you out of this fantasy relationship stuff, and it gets you into reality. So when you see in black and white on paper what you did, this the romanticizing, oh my God, I loved him and he did me so wrong and this and that and blah, blah, blah. No, he wasn't a homosexual. He just a hoe. Take out the sexual part. He had a woman. He just cheating with 2 or 3 women at the same time. But so you have to be real with yourself. And when you look at it like that, it sands all these little emotional, fantasies and all the stuff. You look at the reality, you will be over him like that because you will realize that there was nothing there ever. You did it all to yourself. It's nothing like a reality check to wake sisters up and get you out your romantic fog, because that stuff there's no point to it. All right, so let's see, what do we have coming up here? Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna try to get this up this weekend. All right, finally get this up this weekend. It's all drafted. I just have to record it and edit the video. Then be sure to mark your calendars for the next show, the next advice show, where you can actually get your questions answered on the air in real time, just like I do tonight. You ask your question, I give you an answer. but it won't be written, previously written. It will be you typing your questions in here, or you can call in and tell the story on the audio. So either way, you will tell your story and you will get an answer right here on the show in real time, just like Miss Cleo. And there'll be a Cash App or a YouTube Super Chat donation of $8 per question, and then that's how we're gonna do that. Okay. So other than that, I guess that's it. That's what I got for tonight. That was wild, pretty crazy questions tonight. But thanks everybody for coming and supporting the show. Thanks for all those who made little Super Chat donations. And somebody sent me a Cash App too. I saw a notice about the show on Sunday, so I appreciate that. In spite of my best efforts, they denied me ads for that show. I think I went back and listened to it. I think because some of the things I alluded to about child abuse or something. I don't know. There was a couple of kind of racy things in there. I said, okay, I see why they did it now. But whatever. I should have just went on and cussed. Could have at least got my fun out of it. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for coming through. Thanks, Lady Boss Shay the Light / Shay the Light, and all of the regulars who come and support the show every week. Enjoyed having the newbies in the town. So become a subscriber, please, and hang out with us more often. I will see everybody on, I don't know when, soon, real soon. Bye-bye.